Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Brown Couch Movie News and Reviews. I'm of course your host George Crow, coming at you from the Brown Couch itself. Today we're going to talk about a movie that I had the pleasure of seeing yesterday called Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This is a film by Martin McDonagh, starring Frances McDormand, expertly cast as Mildred, who is experiencing grief and anger over the loss of her daughter, who was brutally raped and murdered 1 year ago. And for the past 7 months, she has not heard a peep from the police officers in her town outside Ebbing, Missouri. The chief of police is played by Woody Harrelson in another expertly cast role. One of his cohorts in the police department is played by Sam Rockwell, you may recognize from True Blood. Supporting cast includes Peter Dinklage of Tyrion Lannister fame, and the other cat's name, Lucas Hedges. Lucas Hedges, who was recently just in Lady Bird, and he was fantastic in that. And last year he played as the young boy in Manchester by the Sea. Another fantastically cast role for him. He is so good right now. He's on fire, and I can't wait to see where the rest of his career goes. Back to the synopsis. Mildred is upset over the fact that no police officers are making any arrests in the brutal rape and murder of her daughter case. So she sees 3 billboards. And the setup to the movie is that she decides that she's going to pay for those billboards and put up advertising on them that says, brutally raped while dying and still no arrests, how come Willoughby? And that is our setup to this story. Willoughby is of course the chief of police, Woody Harrelson, whose character is amazing in this movie. You think that you're supposed to dislike him. The second that he's introduced, you're completely in love with this character. Frances McDormand holds so much anger, and the movie is really a study of how anger begets more anger, which is actually a quote from the movie, but it's delivered in a bit more comedic tone. It's a human study of emotion and vengeance, if you will, that is done in a very dark way with dark subject matter, that's lifted up with the vulgarity and the comedic relief that is expressed through Frances McDormand's continual use of curse words, flipping the bird, calling people cunts. Excuse my language, but this movie is very R-rated. When I saw it, there was mostly elderly folk in the theater with me, and I thought to myself, and look around, like most of these people are going to leave. And they didn't actually. Most of the company was laughing and clapping along with me as the events of this film unfolded. I thought the film had a great Midwestern vibe, and the score is amazing. I don't know who did the score on this movie. I'll have to look that up, but it is really good. It has a Coen Brothers vibe, which I really dug, especially when you play that with Frances McDormand, because I'm so used to her in these roles in Coen Brother dark comedies. If you saw their movie, A Serious Man, or any of those types of films, you may really enjoy this. I'd say for the first 75% of this movie, I would have given it an 8.8. In the last act, it really sort of fell down a couple points for me. The movie, while being spectacular, cast is at the top of their games. Visually, it's very appealing. They've really captured what they were going for, which is a very Midwestern vibe. It's sort of desolate in a way. It's set in today's day and age. I actually think that's interesting for another reason. Sam Rockwell's character starts out pretty racist, and he has a fantastic character arc throughout the movie. You have to keep your eyes on that. I don't necessarily like what they do with Woody Harrelson's character, though I respect it. Frances McDormand's character Mildred, I kind of hoped that she would have been a little less static throughout the film. Her her static nature was relevant throughout. That being said, in the third act, pacing issues take place. The movie feels climactic at points when it's not the climax, which I don't think there really was a climax. Drawn out. They could have shaved 15-20 minutes off this movie and I would have been perfectly fine with it. Don't get me wrong, it's still a great film. I still walked out of the theater like, wow, this was a good movie. And it is getting a ton of Oscar buzz. Not only for Best Picture, but for Frances McDormand for Best Actress, for Sam Rockwell for Best Supporting Actor, and I think that you'll see a couple more screenplay type things coming into play here. The ending felt lackluster to me. It didn't feel like the ending that I deserved from the film that journey that I was just taken on. It didn't completely detract from the film for me. You'll have to formulate your own opinions. I still recommend going out to see this because it lands with me with a 7.9%. Just for a couple of those pacing issues and some issues I took with the ending of the film, Other people may feel differently. The message of the film is fantastic. It's that anger does beget more anger, and this is what's going to happen if you stay angry and hold on to these grudges that we unfortunately experience in our human journey on this plane. The casting was so good in this movie. Peter Dinklage blew me away. I didn't expect to love his character. To me, he's Tyrion Lannister. It's like watching a movie with Daniel Radcliffe. You're like, oh, Harry Potter's in this one? Cool. Does he have a wand in this or not? And you're like, no, actually, he just farts and he's a Swiss Army man. But then I believe him in that role. So the same thing just happened to me with Peter Dinklage. I was like, oh, Tyrion's in this? Is he going to get drunk and have sex with a bunch of prostitutes? Actually, I think he does one of those two things. And when he first came on screen, I was kind of like, okay. But nailed it. Lucas Hedges as the son in this movie, very powerful performance for him. Every role that he takes, he gets to reinvent himself a little bit and take on new characters, and I think he's fantastic at it. The rest of the film was great. Caleb Landry was fantastic as the advertisement guru, if you will, and John Hawkes, her ex-husband, is powerful in this role. You may recognize him from what's that stupid show on HBO that I love, Eastbound and Down. Go see 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, while you can. Find it at a local indie theater and go support a local cinema. You will enjoy this movie. You may have the same gripes that I do with the ending, and that's okay. It doesn't make it a bad movie, which is what I'm here to tell you guys. It does get my thumbs up from the Brown Couch. This is George Crow signing off, but saying 7.9 for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Worth your time, worth your watch. Let me know below what you guys think. Make sure to hit subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all the stuff. Share this video with all your friends. We're going to keep trying to improve the quality of these videos. It's just me sitting in my living room talking about movies, so I can only do so much. Thank you guys for sticking with me. George Crow signing out from the Brown Couch itself. May the Force be with you all. Enjoy your weekend. Go see Star Wars.